Hey guys, it's Amy. I came on tonight because today is the day that Tupac actually died in history. And I was doing, I've been working on a post to do for a few days, and then Zach went live today and he taught a lot about Tupac. So if you haven't seen his video yet, you need to go back and watch it because it's going to go a lot deeper as far as like the Protestant Reformation and how all this stuff ties in together. But I'm going to show you how Tupac's career was scripted for him to die like Jesus. And it's so sick, guys. The more I dig into this, I just had to stop because I'm just like, this is just some sick ass shit, man. So let's get started here. So if you're new to the community, Gematria is just a simple practice of coding letters into numbers. You're just going to take A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. If you do that and you add up Tupac's name, Tupac Shakur, you get 139. That's the day that they announced him dead, the 13th of the ninth month, September 13th. This is a number we talk about a lot when it comes to the pew pew control that we're under right now, because the day that we actually got the first legislation for pew pew control under Biden was on 13/9. And we know why that happened, looking through history and knowing Gematria. But now, Tupac was actually announced dead from this shooting on the day leaving 109 days left in the year, which is shooting, right? Shooting equals 109 if you take the alphabet in reverse. But let's get into how sick these guys are, man. So Makaveli is the album that pretty much everybody knows Tupac for. Um, this album came out after he died. Because in Hollywood, when they sign their contracts, there's a life insurance policy that's put on these people's heads. So they're actually worth more dead than they are alive. And the album that they brought out after he died, Makaveli, portrayed Tupac as Jesus on a cross, with a crown of thorns, blood dripping all over his body. You can see the picture right here. Well, if you write out Makaveli, it's 74. We know that's a big number when it comes to Jesus, Messiah, cross, Lucifer, Masonic, killing. We talk about this number so much. And you can see why this name of this album was called Makaveli. You can see why they portrayed him as Jesus and the Messiah on the cross just to kill him. It's going to get so sick here, guys. So this is the story of his death. On September 7th, he was shot 4 times. We know 4 is a number associated with death. He died 6 days later. So he was shot on September 7th. September 7th is the 251st day of the year, according to the Catholic Church's calendar that they've got us on. And we know that that's a number associated with a ritual sacrifice. It's also the day that leaves 115 days left in the year, which is another number that we associate, and I'll show you why here in just a second. I don't know if I've got it right here. I don't have it right here, so I'm not going to make you dizzy right now, but just remember the 115 here in a second. So he gets shot 83 days from his birthday. Another number we talk about all the time. In Las Vegas, Nevada. They say he died at 4:30 in the morning, or 4:30 in the afternoon on the 13th of September. So he gets shot on the day leaving 115 days left in the year. He dies 6 days later at 4:30. And he's shot 83 days from his birthday in Nevada. Now, the album Makaveli came out on November 5th. So they literally released this album on November 5th after he died. And you can see why they did it. November 5th. Makaveli, released on November 5th. He gets shot on the day leaving 115 days left in the year. And then they turn around and release his album on November 5th. That was 46 days. Or that was on the day leaving 46 days left in the year, which is sacrifice 46. Now get this, guys. This album released 153 days after his birthday. Holy Bible's 153, Jesuit Orders 153. It was 64 days after his death, which is a kill number. November 15th is also the 320th day of the year, which is a Roman Catholic Church number. But let's get into the Makaveli album, y'all. Let's just read this right here. Think about Jesus as I read this. So this album was completely finished in 7 days. Did God not speak the word or the world into existence in 7 days? And they completely finished this album in 7 days during the first week of 1996. Are you kidding me? It says these are some of the last songs that he recorded because he was shot on September 7th. The album's first title was A 3-Day Theory. So they finished it in 7 days, much like God spoke the world into existence in 7 days. Jesus was crucified and rose after 3 days, and they wanted to call it the 3-Day Theory. Are you kidding? It's going to get sicker, guys. Let's talk about white Jesus and black Jesus for a minute. So Tupac came out with a song called Black Jesus. If you don't know who this is Caesar Borgia. He is the person that everybody has come to know and love as Jesus. Okay, so if you look it up, when they were writing the Bible, they needed a face to put to the name. They used the Pope's nephew to do it, and here's the guy. So this is the guy that they painted to be Jesus, and still to this day, people think it's Jesus when it's actually the Pope's nephew. I'm not telling no lies here. Look it up. The day they killed Tupac was white Jesus' birthday. Okay? It's going to get sicker, y'all. So they killed black Jesus on white Jesus' birthday. Now listen to this. So there's that. I said 4:30 earlier. He was pronounced dead at 4:03. I'm sorry. They had to put that 43 in there. So in his bio, it says that he was cremated the very next day, and that his friends rolled him up and smoked him in a joint based off the song Black Jesus that he had came out with. So they smoked him in a joint. So if you look right here, we can go through there's that 74. They released his album on November 5th. He's dead at 4:03. They're smoking him up in a bowl or in a joint now because he's dead. In that song, it talks about, wonder how shit like the Quran and the Bible was written. Demons all around me. And he said, cremated last wishes, smoke my ashes. And that's what they did. When you look up when he recorded Black Jesus, it was August 12th of 96. Freaking 33 days before they shot him. How old was Jesus when he died? Or what they told us? He was 33. And now they killed Tupac 33 days after he records the song Black Jesus on white Jesus' birthday. On 13/9 when his name equals 139. His very first studio album was Tupacalypse Now. Now this is where it's going to get freaky, and this is a pattern that I have been tracing, guys. I've got probably 15 examples of this right now, so I'm going to be doing a video in the near future showing these synchronicities. Because Tupac's real name is Lassane Crooks, okay? So look right here. You got 137, 47, 187, 70. That's forward, backward, and then reducing those numbers down. So his debut album was called Tupacalypse Now. It released on November 12th of 1991. Let me find the screenshot here. Oh, hold on. I lost myself there, guys, for a minute. We're going to talk about this in just a second, okay? So, the Tupacalypse Now is his debut album. And when you write out his name, you get the 137, the 47. Okay, so this is the day he died. This column here. This is his birthday. of that year. And if you'll notice, they have a complete overlap of date numerology. Okay? Right there with his name, the 137 and the 47, 137, 47. So this is the day he died right here. This is his birthday of that year. His debut album, Tupacalypse Now, became certified gold on April 19th of 1995, the year before he died. Look, this is the day they certified that album gold. This is the day he died the following year. Here's his birthday. Look at this. Identical, guys. The date numerology plays such an important role, and I haven't figured it out yet, but I have so many examples of this happening. So here's the day he died, and the date numerology is associated with it. Here's the day they certified his album to be gold. And here's his birthday that year. His debut album came out on the 316th day of the year. Was Jesus not sacrificed in John 3:16? The debut album came out 61 days before he died, the anniversary. The anniversary of that debut album of November 12th is 61 days after the day they killed him. I said before, but I mean after. So they killed him on September 13th. 61 days later would have been the anniversary of his debut album. Black Jesus and Jesus, and that's the way he spelled it right here, not my typo. That's the way they spelled it. They spelled Jesus with a Z. And now he's dead 61 days from that anniversary of his debut album. This is the date numerology for the last anniversary of his debut album before he died. It's the same. It's the same as the day they certified it gold. It's the same as the day he died. It's the same as his birthday. All these date numerologies are identical. So here's the anniversary of his last album, 137, 47, 29, 118. That's the last anniversary of his debut album before he dies. Here's his birthday that year, 137, 47, 38, 18. Here's the day he dies, 137, 47, 38, 118. Here's the day he got certified gold from that debut album, 137, 47, 38, 118. Tell me it's a freaking coincidence, y'all. Tell me it's a freaking coincidence. They killed him 251 days after that debut album, or 251 weeks after that debut album. And he was shot on the 251st day of the year. So they shot him on the 251st day of the year, 251 weeks after that debut album came out. That has matching date numerology to his birthday, the day it was certified gold, and the day he died. And then they turned around and released an album and made billions of dollars off of it because he's dead. They'd have all the royalties. They take all the money. Selling your soul for fortune and fame. Sick, guys. But I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good evening.